Hello, Aries, and welcome to this, your May 1st through May 15th reading predictions. We're going to have a look at influential energies, and we're going to just peek into what's coming up for you. April has been a really exciting month for all of us, especially you, Aries, being the birthday kids in the group, as well as having experienced a full moon in your sign. So just before we get started, for those of you who are new here, a very warm welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. Thank you for joining me again this month. You will hear a few additional noises around me. I have moved, as you can see from my background. This current location is temporary, but we're going to make do. All right, this is a general reading for anybody born under the sign of Aquarius, as well as anybody else who has a significant amount of Aries in their charts. I do leave all of the cards face down until I'm actually ready to turn them over and read them. I find that this allows for the psychic and intuitive information to come in a little bit more authentically, rather than me having a peek at the cards ahead of time. All right, let me just back up here. Don't need to be sitting on top of the camera, and let's get started. Aries, the first card that we're going to pull for you, Aries, is where you are at now. I just had a quick flash of purple in my mind. So where are the Aries at now as I'm doing this recording here at the end of April 2023? End of April. Where are you at now? Nope, that second card did not come out. So we've got one card here for you, Aries. Let's pull out a card to see what you are focusing on. What are the Aries focusing on? Where are we going? I'm actually getting called over here. Aries, what is your focus for May 2023? The first half of May specifically. No, we didn't get anything. Oh, there's a card. It wanted to come out. We're going to pull that one. All right. We're going to go through this one more time. Is there anything else for Aries? What else is Aries focusing on? Yeah, I knew there was one more there for you. Aries. All right. I kind of thought that there was going to be two. Okay. The next card that we're going to pull for you, Aries, is going to be the card of difficult influences. What? Am I going here? No, we're going over here to the fairies. The fairies want to reach out to you. Difficult influences for Aries in May, the beginning half of May. I think that some of these cards have come out. These two flipped over, so I did get a quick peek at them. Is there anything else in difficult influences for Aries, May 1st through the 15th? Yep, we got two more cards that came out together here. All right. So, no, we're going to put them that way because that's the order in which they came out. The next card that we're going to pull for you, Aries, is a card that just makes sense. For those of you who are new, the Just Makes Sense card has a tendency to either be a double confirmation of another card that's come out with the exact same meaning, or it has a tendency to kind of pull things together. Things seemed a little bit scattered for the first few cards that we turn over for you. All right. And next we're going to look at unexpected. What is unexpected? Where are we going? Oh, we're going back over here to the fairies. Unexpected for the Aries, May 1st through the 15th, 2023. Unexpected insights and influences. Okay, so we have two cards of unexpected for you. And finally, the last couple of cards that we're going to pull for you, Aries, is going to be the outcome. Now, these cards are specific to projecting and predicting what energies are going to be influencing you come the middle of the month. Yeah, we're definitely going over here to the Osho Zen. Overall outcome. That's one. Is there anything else for the Aries? Overall outcome. Interesting. Good. All right, Aries, where are you at now? You are in a place of miracles right now, Aries. Expect the wondrous to emerge. Hopefully yeah, I think the camera's focusing on that for you. Expect the wondrous to emerge. So this is a card of wishes fulfilled. You can tell from the card, we've got the representation of Aladdin's lamp here. So this card actually has a double-edged meaning for you, Aries. It is both a card of wish fulfillment and manifestations coming into fruition, but this is also a card, because the representation on the card is Aladdin's lamp, we do have the caution here, and the caution is be careful what you wish for, because the universe needs really, really specific instructions from you, Aries. Okay, you can't just put out there, okay, I want $1 million. I've actually had people come back to me and tell me that they wished for, hoped for, worked on manifesting a lot of money, and then and this is a really unfortunate thing, but it's a fact, one of their favorite aunts, uncles, whatever, passed away and left them a significant amount of money. Okay, so be careful what you wish for, Aries, with regards to the miracles and the wish fulfillment coming into your life. Remember Aladdin and his lamp, that he had to be really, really careful about how he made his wishes. Okay, when you are working on manifestations, be really, really careful about your manifestations. Be really specific. Let's have a look at what you're focusing on. Ah, yes. Aries, you are focusing on love. Love is in the air in the spring for the Aries. You are also at a place of new beginnings and new initiations. Now, it's interesting that these two cards came out together, and it did come out with the love card on top and the cave and initiation underneath. This is an indication that as you are working towards either shifting an existing relationship into a better place, or if you are currently seeking to escape a relationship, then you are also going through an initiation. Okay. If you are seeking to change a relationship that is existing, you will go through an initiation. And if you are looking to bring love into your life, if you're one of the singles out there, then what this cave card is telling you is that in order to be able to manifest the love that you really, really want, you have to remember that you have to change yourself too. Okay. And it's the same thing for those of you who are currently in a relationship, Aries. If you want to change your current relationship into a more positive, more beautiful thing in your life, you are going to have to change yourself as well. Okay. We can't always expect. What's coming up for me intuitively here is that for some of you, you want to continue to do the same thing over and over and over again, but you're expecting a different result. And I mean, the definition of insanity, according to the famous quote, is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. So if you are expecting love in your life and you want your next relationship to be different from your current relationship, you can't keep doing the same thing, because if you do the same thing, you're going to end up with the same outcome. Okay. You need to change yourself. You need to go into the cave of who you are deeply and truly, Aries. And you need to go through an initiation. An initiation is about change. Okay. So change your behavior, and the people around you, their behavior will change as well. This goes the same for any relationship, not just love and romance, but we're going to talk specifically about love and romance. But as well, Aries, if you're experiencing difficulties with relationships in general, perhaps a coworker, and the coworker's kind of pushing your buttons or something like that. If you change your behavior towards that person, their behavior will change as well. We are mirrors to each other. And so that's what this cave card or this initiation card is talking about. And this is one of your focuses for May 1st through the 15th. Focus on your behavior. Is your behavior eliciting inappropriate behavior from others? Right? That's basically the question here. Let's have a look at what the fairies want to say for your difficult influences. Okay, you do have 4 cards here, and the first card is actually coming up as a reverse. I'm just going to show you the cards here. So the first card that came up was a card of renewal, a card about releasing past judgments. So upright, this card is saying release past judgments. Upside down, it's saying that you are experiencing difficulties releasing past judgments. Okay. We need to explore ourselves. And like I said, I do not see these cards until I actually turn them over. And I had already said here with this cave and initiation card, part of what you need to do is explore your own behavior and see if your own behavior is creating this mirror that we have going on, thus creating perhaps behavior being reflected back at us that we don't like. And this card is saying that's exactly what's happening for you, Aries. So if you don't like the behavior of the people around you, have a really hard look in the mirror. Okay. And this is difficult to hear, Aries. We don't like to hear that we may be playing a role in what's going on around us. We as humans really, really like to say it's someone else's fault. And what I said here for the initiation and what I'm repeating again in your difficult influences is sometimes we have to step up and take responsibility for our own actions and realize that what we have going on, what we are doing, may be causing, maybe not 100% of what's going on around us. I mean, let's face it, we're not that powerful. Or are we? Food for thought, right? But the bottom line is that if we are living in a place of blame and constantly pointing the fingers and going, that's someone else's fault, that's I couldn't possibly be my fault, then we're not taking responsibility for ourselves. And that's what this card is indicating for you, Aries, in your difficult influences. And I know that that's hard to hear. You have the Princess of Summer coming up in your difficult influences. Now, the Princess of Summer represents new relationships coming in for you, but it's in your difficult influences. So what this is telling me, Aries, is that as much as you have love coming up, you are focusing on love. You want that respect. You want that beautiful, I don't know, Hollywood rom-com type relationship to come in for you. And what this card is saying is, yes, it will come in for you, but it's work. It's not all that Hollywood rom-com, sugary, syrupy, everything always comes out right. It doesn't always come out right, and we have to work at it. That's what this card is telling you. You also have the Three of Autumn and the Princess of Autumn coming up here. And what these two cards are telling me is that you may feel in the early part of May as though you're not being justly compensated for the work that you're putting in. You also have the Princess of Autumn coming up here. And this is a card of you might need a push to get going, right? In your difficult influences, you need someone to give you that little shove. Let's have a look at your This Makes Sense card, okay? You have the Traitor. So going back over here to this upside down renewal card, we need to look at the past in order to be able to look forward. We need to understand that everything is about an exchange of energy. And the Traitor is confirming that for you. Okay. You have the Wolf showing up as the Winter card. And this is a card of taking care of your health. This makes sense. Medicine Guardian is right next to the Winter card. This is kind of the double confirmation here for you, Aries, that for May 1st through May 15th, please pay attention to your health. Please take good care of yourself. Make sure that you're getting enough sleep and rest. Really, really dig in and practice some self-care for yourself in the first part of May. And as well, this is a card of be open to additional information with regards to your health. Be open to potential alternative ways of looking after yourself. For example, I'm being called to share this with you. My father is getting on in years and has a couple of health problems. And I introduced him to acupressure the other night. He's been suffering from some sciatica. And has been really, really uncomfortable. So I introduced him to several different yoga positions, easily done by someone who is elderly. And I said, do these yoga positions and try this pressure point. And I pointed out a pressure point to him. Oh, that's not going to work. What, pushing on a part of my toe is going to help my back? And I said, just trust me, Dad. It's no skin off your back. It's no medication. Just try it. And he did. And it took less than 5 minutes before his sciatica relieved. And he's like, well, something's changed. So something as simple as putting pressure on one of his toes helped to relieve pain that he'd been in for a couple of days. And that's essentially, Aries, what this card is talking about for you right now is be open to healing information, be open to new information that may come along. Now, I'm not giving you specific medical advice right now. I'm not authorized to do so. What I am saying is be open to suggestions that may come across your desk, may come across your purview. Somebody might come along with a suggestion of, hey, put some pressure on one of your toes. It might help with your health. Okay. Pretty simple advice. Move beyond ancestral patterns. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Aries, you had this card or a card with a very similar message last month as well in April. So this is a card of let go of the past. It's no longer serving your highest good. You need to let go of old energies. And you have the Broken Arrow card in your This Makes Sense. This is a card that popped out at the very last minute. Embrace the energy of peace. Okay. This card is really, really important for you, Aries, when we talk about this rose and this initiation. Okay. And when we talk about, where was it? The Princess of Summer card that came out for you about, relationships are work. So Aries, this makes sense. You've got the Broken Arrow. If you're talking about relationships and improving relationships, and if you're single, improving yourself and making changes within yourself so that your next relationship can be more successful, then remember that it is hard work and to embrace the energy of peace. Don't always be looking for a fight. I know you're a little bit fiery there, Aries, but don't always be looking for that kind of bravado that I know that Aries like to bring into things. This card is saying, hey, it doesn't always have to be about that. Unexpected influences and insights, Aries. You have the Queen of Winter, also known as the Queen of Swords, and you also have the Balance card. And the Balance card does represent Leo. It is about strength. So remember I said that the This Makes Sense cards in your case, the ones that came out for you, are cards of confirmation. And oftentimes the This Makes Sense cards have identical meanings to another card that comes out for you. And we have this confirmation here. You have the Queen of Winter, also known as the Queen of Swords, and her message is to let go of that which no longer serves you. You also have the Elder, let go of ancestral patterns. Okay, this is your double confirmation, Aries, that you are holding on to the past. Remember what I said? The Cave is about new beginnings and an initiation into something new. It's about letting go of the past and moving forward. And now you have another confirmation of that with this Queen of Swords. Let go of people or things that no longer serve you. I can't say it any differently from the message across the bottom of the card here, Aries. And as well, like I said, in your This Makes Sense, you've got, move beyond ancestral patterns. You also have the Balance card here in your unexpected influences. And this is a card of taking everybody's opinions into account before you actually make decisions. And this is also a card of looking in the mirror and paying attention to your own energies. What are you bringing to the table that is creating the situations that you are currently experiencing, Aries? When you recognize, as I said a few minutes ago, when you recognize that you play a role in what's happening in your life, then you can bring more balance into your life. And there's your confirmation right there in your unexpected influences and insights. All right, let's have a look at, you've got the Ace of Swords coming in as your final outcome card here, Aries. This is a card of waking up to the reality that you create your own reality with your consciousness. What we think about, we create. This is your confirmation right here. Okay. If you're thinking about love, then you can create love. Remember what I said? You're creating right now, Aries. You're creating miracles. You're manifesting. You're doing this thing. And here's your confirmation that you're actually doing it. This is your new beginnings about what you are creating right now. Ace of Swords, consciousness. When you tie into the realization that you create your reality, wow, like thunderbolts, Buddhas coming in, all of these things coming in for you, Aries. So your general overall outcome for the first part of May 2023, projecting into, May 15th-ish, consciousness. Okay. That realization about how powerful you are, that realization that you are creating the miracles that are happening in your life, that realization that you need to let go of that which no longer serves you. And like I said, this is a double card here. Energy of peace, exchange of energy. Yeah. Powerful stuff here for you, Aries. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to leave this off for you now. And I hope to see you again in the middle of May.